How many writers do you have working for you now?
I work with CJ Wally is my point. We're doing a lot of stuff together right now. I'm a big fan of W.T. Smith's work. We've done some specs together over the years. I think he's such a brilliant writer. He's poetic in every breath, and every space between a word is just it's magic. He's a brilliant writer. Nicole Fairbrother is a writer that I was fortunate enough to find. She's up in Canada. She's a lovely writer. I'm a big fan of her work. I hope to do stuff with her someday. But right now I'm primarily working with CJ because we have a slate of projects that we're doing that we have a commitment on that we have to do. And it's exciting, it's fun.
How many years have you worked with the same writers?
Well, I've worked with W.T. Smith off and on for like 10 years. We've collaborated. He's done some amazing work. And I've worked with CJ now. I think we're hitting year 4, 3 or 4. I see working with writers as like a marriage. It's a lot like a DP and a director's relationship. I think if you started off in a certain synchronicity, carry that out through the end. And CJ's become a producer partner because he doesn't just write, but he's so involved in what we do, and we cut the films, and I like getting him involved because as we talked about earlier, I am a firm believer there are 3 scripts. There's the one that's written, the one that's shot, and the one that's cut. And every time we get closer and closer to writing a cut film. But, there's also a respect factor that I have. It's funny, when we first met, he was shocked that I wanted him to come out from London to be on set when we did Break Even. Like, why wouldn't the writer be there? And the writer's standpoint was, well, we're never invited out. We got the script, we got what we wanted from you, thank you, you'll see the film when it's done. And I just think, when somebody births something, creates something, I think they become a very important part of the entire process. I think it's a respect level. There are times where, we have to cut films down because of distribution deals where, television's going to only allow so much time. We're not getting 3,500 screens. We're not Quentin Tarantino where we can make these 3-hour movies about Hollywood or whatever. And I love his work. I'm just saying that you don't have that ability. We have to keep our films under 95 minutes. Well, you shoot the script and you glue it together and you've got, 2 hours, you got 30 minutes you got to rip out. Who better to ask than the writer at first to say, hey, look, we're 30 minutes over, man. Let's start talking about what can go. Instead of just hacking it away and maybe not being as sensitive to some of the nuances or subtleties that were planted early on. And I've made that mistake in not involving the writer on those edits, and that's something that I wouldn't do again. It's just sometimes where distributors come in and say, well, we love it, we're going to take it out, but you got to shorten it by 20 minutes, and you're in a hurry, and everybody thinks they know where the best places to hack are. And I think it's good to involve the writer. It's smart.